There are mornings when you wake up with a heavy feeling in your chest, no motivation, no excitement, just a silent exhaustion that drags on day after day. You once promised yourself that you would change, start over, become a better version of yourself, but somehow everything keeps repeating the same way. The most painful thing is not failure, it's the feeling that you are slowly becoming someone you never wanted to be. If you feel lost, disconnected, and desperate to awaken the person you used to be, then listen carefully to these words, because maybe this very morning could change the rest of your life. Comment the number 1 if you are ready to start over today. There is a kind of pain that nobody can see. It's when you still smile normally, still go to work, still reply to messages, still live like everyone else, but inside you feel so empty that you barely recognize yourself anymore. You get used to waking up exhausted, used to procrastinating, used to watching yourself fall behind while feeling powerless to stop it. And one day you look into the mirror and realize the scariest thing is not failure, but losing the passionate version of yourself you once were. You used to have so many plans. You thought your life would be different, more successful, stronger, smarter. But over time, life slowly wears you down through the smallest things. Meaningless late nights, mornings where you turn off the alarm and go back to sleep, the words, "I'll do it tomorrow," days where you no longer know what you are even trying so hard for. And the most dangerous part is, it happens quietly. No explosion, no dramatic breakdown, just losing a little motivation, a little faith, a little ambition every single day. Until one day you no longer feel alive, only existing. Some people are not poor financially, but poor in life energy. They do not lack opportunities or abilities. They only lack the fire inside. Every morning feels like dragging themselves through another day. It's a loneliness that is difficult to explain. Because other people may think you are fine, but only you know how chaotic your mind really is. You feel tired but don't know why. You feel sad but cannot explain what hurts. You feel life moving quickly while you remain stuck in the same place. Many people spend their entire lives trapped in that state, waiting for motivation, waiting for a life-changing moment, waiting for someone to come save them. But the painful truth is, life waits for nobody. Time keeps moving. You keep getting older. And the dreams that once made your heart beat with excitement slowly become strangers to you. Jim Rohn once said, "Either you run the day or the day runs you." Most people are not truly living their lives. They are only reacting to life, waking up because of an alarm clock, checking their phone the moment they open their eyes, getting pulled into messages, work, social media, pressure, drama, and ending the day completely drained. Yet deep inside, they still know they are living the wrong way. That feeling is terrifying. Knowing you could become so much more, but not feeling strong enough to escape the person you are now, you begin doubting yourself, comparing yourself to others, feeling slower, weaker, less capable, and every time you see someone else succeeding, instead of feeling inspired, you feel pressure. Not because you are jealous, but because deep down you know you once dreamed of becoming someone like that too. Someone worthy of pride, someone with clear goals, someone living with purpose, someone who could make their parents feel secure, someone who no longer had to pretend to be strong. But life repeated itself for so long that you slowly forgot who you truly were. The thing that hurts most is not poverty, it's feeling powerless in your own life, wanting to change but not knowing where to begin, wanting to try harder but constantly giving up, wanting a better life but always falling back into old habits. And eventually people begin to hate themselves. They call themselves lazy, weak, useless. But the truth is, nobody is born weak. People simply spend too long in environments that slowly drain their spirit. A person who listens to negativity long enough loses faith. A person who procrastinates too long loses motivation. A person who constantly breaks promises to themselves loses self-respect. That is why some people look normal on the outside, while inside they have already collapsed a long time ago. They no longer believe they can change, no longer believe life can improve, no longer believe they deserve good things. It is a silent kind of despair. No screaming, no complaining, just living each day with a heart that grows colder and colder, and even scarier than failure, is becoming comfortable with mediocrity, comfortable with living without direction, comfortable with quitting halfway, comfortable with saying whatever, comfortable with disappointing yourself. At that point, people do not die from one massive fall. They slowly die from tiny acts of surrender repeated every day. There are nights when you lie in bed feeling completely empty. You scroll on your phone for hours but still feel something missing. You watch endless videos just to escape the sadness inside. But once the screen turns off, everything is still there. You are still lost, still unsure of what you truly want, still feeling like your real life has not even started yet. And the saddest part is that many people lose themselves for so long that they no longer remember what their dreams used to be. They live on autopilot, wake up, work, feel exhausted, escape through mindless entertainment, sleep, repeat, day after day, year after year, until one day they look back and realize they lived a life they never truly wanted. Nobody wants to be weak, nobody wants to procrastinate, nobody wants to live without purpose. But many people slowly lose control of their lives because they are no longer connected to themselves. They forget why they started, forget what they truly desired, forget the passionate version of themselves that once existed. And once disconnected from themselves, people begin searching for fulfillment outside, validation, attention, short-term pleasures, things that make them feel okay for a few minutes before leaving them emptier afterward. That is the cycle so many people are trapped in. They think they need more money to be happy, more love to feel complete, more motivation to start over. But the truth is, what they lack is not external. What they lack is the inner strength that has been asleep for too long. A person who loses faith in themselves will always see life as heavy, because they no longer feel capable of changing anything. That is when people stop truly living and begin merely surviving, doing everything just to get through another day. No excitement for the future, no anticipation for a new morning. Everything slowly becomes dull. And the saddest part is, nobody knows what battle you are fighting inside. Maybe you are exhausted, overwhelmed, lonely, but you still pretend to be okay because life does not allow you to stop. Some people are so strong that nobody notices they are completely burned out. They still smile, still work, still try to care for others. But at night, they feel like they no longer have the energy to continue. This is the kind of exhaustion that sleep cannot fix, because it comes from the mind, from being lost for far too long. And one day you will realize the thing that destroys people is not failure, but spending too much time living a life they never truly wanted. Comment the number 6 as a promise to yourself that you will stop living aimlessly from this day forward.